Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former All-Pro floated a solution for Steelers' must-fill roster hole. Not many NFL rosters are complete even going into training camp. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, all eyes are on a potential blockbuster addition at wide receiver, but Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox argued safety is another spot where there is a hole on the team's roster. To fill that hole, Knox proposed the Steelers pursuing former All-Pro Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams is another intriguing option, Knox wrote while discussing potential safety additions. Though coverage isn't his strongest trait, he's been a difference-making box safety in the past. Adams made first-team All-Pro with the New York Jets in 2019. He was also a member of second-team All-Pro and the Pro Bowl squad in 2018 with the Jets and 2020 with the Seattle Seahawks. Last season, Adams posted 48 combined tackles, including 7 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits and 2 pass defenses in 9 games. In March, the Seahawks released Adams and fellow safety Quandre Diggs to save $27.5 million in cash and significant cap space. The Steelers will be significantly better at safety in 2024 if they receive better play from veteran Minkah Fitzpatrick alone. While he made the Pro Bowl in 2023, Fitzpatrick dealt with multiple injuries and didn't have nearly as strong of a 2023 campaign as he did the year prior. Fitzpatrick was tied for the league lead with 6 interceptions in 2022, which was his third first-team All-Pro season. In 2023, he didn't have a single pick. To complement Fitzpatrick, the Steelers signed veteran safety DeShaun Elliott in free agency. However, Knox wasn't impressed with that addition. Pittsburgh doesn't have a high-end box safety to play alongside Fitzpatrick, Knox wrote. Damontae Kazee started 9 games in 2023 but allowed an opposing passer rating of 114.1 in coverage. Miles Killebrew is best cast as a special teams contributor, while free agent addition DeShaun Elliott can also be a liability in coverage. Elliott allowed an opposing passer rating of 140.8 with the Miami Dolphins last season. The Steelers have 2 safeties with starting experience in Elliott and Damontae Kazee. But Knox still identified safety as the first area on the Pittsburgh roster that has a hole. In Adams, the Steelers would be adding a safety that has been very injury-prone the past 4 seasons. Over the last 2 years, Adams has played just 10 games because of a quad tendon tear, knee ailment and concussion. But if the Steelers can sign Adams relatively cheaply, he could be worth the risk. Adams made the All-Pro team in each of last 2 campaigns where he played more than 12 games. Maybe he won't be healthy for 13 contests in 2024, or perhaps he won't be the same player from 2020 even if he is. But if Fitzpatrick is playing at an All-Pro level, then the Steelers won't be asking Adams to be a Pro Bowler. Adams just needs to be as good or better than the other Pittsburgh safeties to make him a worthwhile addition. It's hardly boom or bust with Adams at safety for the Steelers. Again, his former teammate, Diggs, is available although not the exact fit Pittsburgh needs. Knox named Jaron Kearse, Micah Hyde and Duran Harmon as other potential fits for the Steelers at safety. Knox also suggested the Steelers could consider bringing back Keanu Neal. 2023 starter Keanu Neal remains unsigned, though he suffered a season-ending rib injury last year and was released this offseason after a failed physical, wrote Knox. The Steelers probably won't be interested in a reunion with Neal. But the team could use the rest of the safety market to build leverage in a potential negotiation with Adams. As Knox mentioned, the Steelers also have Miles Killebrew at safety. However, he's best suited for a role primarily on special teams. The Steelers also have Jalen Elliott and Nathan Medors listed as safeties on their official roster. Steelers A to Z. After switching teams in AFC North, Jeremiah Moon looks to provide depth at OLB. Experience/age, second year/turns 26 in August. Contract status, $915,000 cap hit if he makes the team. The past, Moon is the other linebacker the Steelers added from the Baltimore Ravens in the offseason. His arrival came before the Steelers gave teammate Patrick Queen a 3-year, $41 million contract in free agency. The Ravens waived Moon in late January during their run to the AFC Championship game, and the Steelers claimed him when he became eligible in February. Moon spent 6 seasons at Florida and took advantage of the pandemic to get an additional year of eligibility in 2021. By then, he had converted from the defensive line to linebacker. Moon went undrafted and signed with the Ravens as a free agent. After spending the 2022 season on the practice squad, he made 8 appearances on the active roster last season and started 1 game. He finished the year with 12 tackles, playing 99 snaps on defense and 142 more on special teams. 2024 Outlook, where Queen was added to shore up the middle of the Steelers' linebacker core, Moon will be competing for a backup spot at outside linebacker. At 6'5", 245 pounds, Moon has the build of an outside linebacker, and he said the defense used in Baltimore is like the one deployed by the Steelers. Moon said in off-season workouts that he is comfortable defending the run and dropping into pressure, 2 requirements of an outside linebacker in the Steelers' 3-4 scheme. An opening exists at outside linebacker, with the Steelers declining to pursue veteran Marcus Golden in free agency. T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith are set as the starters, and second-year player Nick Herbig could move into the top backup role. Moon's competition for the 4th spot could come from Kieran Johnson and David Perales. Joe Burrow pays high compliment to Steelers rival T.J. Watt. Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow has only faced Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt 4 times on the NFL field. But the 2021 NFL Defensive Player of the Year managed to make a huge impact on the quarterback anyway. Burrow paid a big compliment to one of his rival competitors when speaking on Pardon My Take this week. He admitted he sees Watt more as a defensive back because of all the passes he blocks or even intercepts. "Yeah, I can definitely feel him," Burrow said. "TJ is a unique player in this league. There's no other defensive lineman that I have to treat like a DB. I have to be conscious about where he's at because he's just going to jump up and catch it. And there's nobody else who can do that. You have to be alert for him in the pass game, which is very unique, I would say. Watt's known for being a defensive force on the field. Last season, he led the league with 19 sacks and 36 quarterback hits. Watt didn't play against Burrow last season before the Bengals' quarterback's year ended early with a wrist injury. Burrow and Watt are scheduled to face each other on the field 2 times this season, on Sunday, December 1st, and in the regular season finale on Sunday, January 5th. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Joe Burrow? Leave your opinion in the comments.